Okay, so we are moving towards the third chapter, or you can say the chapter 13, regression and correlation and regression. Okay. So as we do in all the chapters, we will first do the basics. Okay, the chapter can be divided into two parts, that is correlation and the regression. So I'm focusing now on the correlation. Okay. Whenever we talk about only one variable, that is known as univariate, means you have x and you have the frequency, that means only one variable is there. This is called as univariate. Okay. And whenever you have x, you have y, and the frequency of both of them, it is called as bivariate, means two variables are there. Okay. This is the basic. The next thing is, when I say correlation, correlation means what? Correlation means relation between the two things. Okay. So sometimes what happens, we meet someone and we feel happy, right? So that means what? I have a very positive vibes towards that person. That means I have a positive relation with that. So in same way here, when the x and y has a positive relationship, means when x goes up, the y goes up. When x comes down, y also comes down. They are moving in the same direction. We say they have a positive correlation. Means that relation between two variables is measured by correlation. Understood? So correlation is what? Measure of closeness, okay, of the relationship between two variables. That is what I can say. The range of the correlation will always be from +1 to -1, or I can say -1 to +1 to be more perfect. I can say -1 to +1, correct? This coefficient of correlation, now it brings about the direction and the extent, means extent of the correlation. It states two words are used. First one I said direction, okay, and the second thing I said extent of correlation. Okay, so these two things are important to understand the correlation. If let's say how to calculate correlation and all, that's a different story, but for the time being, let us assume that two things are there, x and y, and I by calculation, by applying the formula and all, what I do is I calculate r, and let's say my r is plus 0.7. So you can see the two things. If the sign is plus, this one, it means the two things x and y has a positive correlation. Okay, and this shows the extent of correlation, how much positive they are. So generally what happens, it is understood that if it is +1, the r is +1, then they are perfectly positively correlated. If the r is -1, that is perfectly negatively correlated. If the r is 0, then there is no correlation. Okay. If the r is, let's say, more than 0.5, okay, or let's say 0.7, 0.8, there is no exact measure mentioned anywhere, but we say there is a from 0.5 to 0.5 to 1, we say strong positive correlation. Okay, here we say low positive correlation. This is we say high positive correlation. Here we can say low. Same way, from 0 to -0.5, we say low negative correlation. Here we say high negative correlation. Understood? That is what the basic means. Two things it talks about the correlation. One is the direction. Direction means what? If it is positive, if r is positive, so if r is positive, that means what? If r is positive, that means both move in the same direction. If r is negative, it means one moves in one. If one goes up, the other comes down. If one comes down, other goes up. Okay, that is what we learn from the correlation. Let's move ahead. Now if I want to talk about regression, okay, now then what is regression? General English meaning. Now what is regression? Regression means what? Means estimating the value. Means if you know, there is some regression analysis done on the past life also. Past life regression analysis, we say. Why I am suffering so much in the current life? Okay, so we try to regress the things. We go back and see in your karmas and all in the previous life. Same way, we have the x and y, and we try to estimate some of the value of dependent variable. Okay, let's say y is dependent and x is what? Independent. So I want to make a regression equation wherein it will be something like this, and wherein when I put the x value which is independent, I can easily estimate the value of y. But to find this regression equation, that is the value of the a and b, you have to regress the things. Okay, how we can find a and b, that we will study. So this is about regression. Okay, so to find the correlation, if I distinguish two these things, then to find the correlation we have four methods. The first one is scatter diagram, which is very easy. Okay, we'll see one by one, but let me give you the names first. Second is Karl Pearson. Karl Pearson. Many times what happens? People know how to calculate, but they don't know the name. Karl Pearson coefficient. Okay, Karl Pearson correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient. Fine. Third one is Spearman's. Third one is Spearman's correlation coefficient. Okay, and the fourth one is coefficient of concurrent deviation. Concurrent deviation. Okay, so by four methods I can find what? R. Okay, here I have to, what my goal is in regression, one is to estimate equation of y based on what? X, y on x equation, or I'll have to find x on y equation. Okay, y on x and x on y means what? When y is here, we called it y is dependent on x, y on x equation. And when x is equals to a plus by, if it is like this, we say x on y equation. Understood? X on y, x is dependent on y. Understood? So that two equations, that is what we are trying to find here. Okay, next, moving ahead, as I said that R will be from +1 to -1 will be the range. Anything outside this range, that means your R is wrong. Okay, you have made some mistake in the question. Here there is regression coefficient, so there is something called as bx on y, or you can say by on x. Okay, and you will also have R, means what we will calculate in the correlation coefficient. These all things now, either they all are positive, this is what? This is called regression coefficient. What I called? Regression coefficient. These are regression coefficient, by on x, bx on y. Either they all will be positive, okay, always together they will be positive, or they all will be negative. Okay, that is what you should remember. Okay, one b and bx on y means one out of this bx on y or by on x can't be positive. Okay, can't be one positive one negative, no, it can't, it is not possible. Understood? Either both should be negative or both should be positive. Okay, next, what else? Central tendency gets affected by change in origin and change in scale. Measures of dispersion gets affected by change in scale, right? This R does not get affected by change in origin, neither by change in scale. Same way regression coefficient, this also by on x, bx on y. Understood? It also does not get affected by change in origin nor with the change in scale. Is it clear? So these things not get affected. Okay, please remember this. Okay, next, the last part is one more thing. Listen carefully. Let's say I have the original data x, and if I minus x minus a, means all the x is minused by a, deducted by a, that means I am applying what? Change in origin. Upon I divide all the data by, let's say, b, and let me name this as u, means what I did, I applied change in origin as well as change in scale. Okay, let's say to y, in y also I deducted the same point from everything and I divided from the same number. So I applied change in origin and change in scale. A is change in origin, b is change in origin. Here I made a mistake. Here I should write c. Let's take c. because B already I have taken na. A is change in origin, C is change in origin, B is change in scale, D is change in scale, correct? So if I apply this, then in case if I know R x comma y means regression correlation coefficient, okay, between x and y, then the answer would be B into D upon B into D absolute values into R u v. This is the relation, understood? So easily means if you know these things now, means what I mean to say is rxy as well as this ruv, okay, they will be same, means they will be same only, because anyways we learnt now whether it is change in origin or change in scale, it will not get affected. So if you calculate the correlation regression between u and v, it should match with the correlation coefficient of x and y. Correlation coefficient of x and y should match with what? Correlation coefficient between u and v. Simple maths. Let's forget about the modulus sign. You can cancel this now ultimately. Let's forget about this, correct? So what does this mean? So what does this mean? Listen carefully. Ultimately always it should be same, but in case if this is plus and this is minus, then the sign of between these two relations now will be different. If one is positive, one is negative, then only the things can change, otherwise it will be always same, okay, because it does not get affected by neither change in origin nor with the scale. Anyways we will see in the sum, at that time it will be easy, okay. Same way here what I can give, fine, what will happen in here, what will happen here? Acha, here I made one mistake, okay, I am rectifying it, I am correcting it. This does get, regression coefficient does get affected by, here I made one mistake, I said that regression coefficient now does not get affected by both, it gets affected by, it does not get affected, but it gets affected by scale, it gets affected by scale. This is the correction, okay. If you have taken the screenshot or if you have written it, okay, please correct this. So here what happens, if let's say my u is x minus a upon, let's say I am taking p, okay, and here v is nothing but y minus c upon q, then b y on x, please concentrate, b y on x, okay, will be equals to q upon p, okay, q upon p into b v u. Please understand, u is related to x, v is related to y. So when I say yx means I am talking about vu, I will get the relation vu. So v ka denominator na this I should take first. Help yourself, understand this. Q should come in the numerator. If I am talking about b, let's say uv, what I am saying, uv, or I say xy is equals to, x is first, what is in the denominator of here, x, it is p upon q into b u v, okay. B x on y and b y on x are two different things, okay, so please be careful. Fine, this is c u v, so v is first, so use that scalar multiple or scalar number will come first, okay. So this is the difference here. One more thing, I am correcting myself, regression coefficient in the flow I said that it does not get affected by both, but does not get affected by origin, but it gets affected by scale. So see, I have taken the scale here, both the scales I have taken to calculate the new b y on x, and I can always also calculate b v on u, okay, either of the things. Anyways, take it. One last part, if I want to calculate from this b y on x and b x on y, if I have to calculate the r, then the formula is r is equals to plus minus under root b y on x into b x on y, means I will multiply both the things, I will take the root. Now understand, if you remember what I said, okay, I said that all this will have what, same sign, correct. We will do this, all this will have the same sign, they always they bear the same sign, they are always together positive or always they are negative, understood? Remember this, okay. So if both are negative, my r will also be what, negative. If both are positive, my r will also be positive, okay, fine. So here I'll cover when we will do the sums. At that time I'll cover. Okay, this is about the correlation. Okay, the basics. Fine. Now let's move into some more detailings. Okay, when I say r is equals to 0 now, or let's say I have taken something. Okay, so because it is ultimately what is going on is maths. Understood? So I am trying to find relation between two things. So let's say that X is nothing but production of rice in India. Production of rice in India, and Y is nothing but production of or mining of iron. Okay, production of iron in India. Now if production of rice is in 2005 it was this much, so production of iron is this much, in 2006 this is this much. I take the data and we will learn how to calculate the R, and I get the R, and what happens, I get something R as 0.12 something like that, 0.2. Okay, so what you will say means, as a part of mathematics you might feel that there is a positive correlation between these two things, but you have to understand that production of rice is not at all related, not at all linked to the production of iron. There is nothing to do with the both of the things, but still you can get something R. When you calculate such type of R now, it is called spurious correlation. Spurious, 1 minute. You call it spurious, 1 minute. Spurious correlation. What do you call? Spurious correlation. Spurious means nonsense correlation, because these two things don't have sense among themselves. It is nonsense correlation. You might get R because you are doing ultimately maths. Okay, but you need to understand this. Okay, so one more thing I have covered. When you plot, you have X and Y now, and you try to plot the things. Either the plotting can be like this. When it is in a straight line now, you call this as R is equals to +1, because when X is this much, Y is also this much. When X goes up, Y has also gone up. When X goes up, Y also goes up. See till here, right? So they have a positive correlation, +1. If let's say you try to plot and the plotting comes something like this, you can see the direction, correct? Plotting comes something like this, you can see the direction, it is positive, right? When X is more, Y is also more, correct? That means you can say that R is less than 1 but greater than 0, means it is positive. Same way, if in case it is something like this in a straight line, okay, but it has a negative slope, that means I will say R is perfectly negatively correlated. And if the diagram is something like this, okay, then I say R is what I should say, R is less than 0 and greater than -1. Understood? That means 0 to -1. Okay, if the diagram is something like this, because it has obviously negative correlation now, but with scatter diagram, this is scatter diagram, the first way to find out the relation, but it will not give you the exact figure. Okay, the next is, if let's say X and Y you have here, means if you try to plot these things now, it is something like this. Okay, there is no correlation. There is what? No correlation. R is equals to what? 0, because there is no definite pattern. Here you had a pattern, here you had a pattern, it was falling negatively. Here it was in straight line but negative, so -1. Here it is positive and it is going up. Okay, here it is in a straight line and it is going up, so it's +1. So scatter diagram can give you general idea, but it can't give you the exact figures. Okay, this was the first. Next one, what we are going to learn is, one more thing in between. This R na, it is denoted by rho. Okay, this is called rho. Something like this, something like P, it is called rho. Okay, so Carl Pearson gives you the formula. There is something called as, we will make one thing, we will do table. Okay, I'll make it easy. First thing, with covariance. Second formula can be with probability. Okay, this can be the case in the question. Okay, and third one, bivariate. Bivariate means x and y they will give, bivariate. So if in case, if I have to calculate the row, this is row, huh? It is not p, it is row. Okay, Greek letter. Then the formula is covariance x comma y upon standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Now if you ask me what is the covariance, because we have not done it. Okay, so what is the covariance? Covariance is the absolute measure. Absolute measure means what? In the previous chapter we have seen whichever thing have a unit in that. Okay, units means it's not units free, it's the absolute measure. Understood? Means it covariance can be in kg square, covariance can be in centimeter square, covariance can be in percentage square. So it has unit with it, it's not units free. Okay, so to make it units free, understand this is in percentage square. So standard deviation is in percentage, this standard deviation of y is in percentage. So ultimately this rho na is what? Units free na. In numerator it was 2%, in denominator there is 2%, means percentage square into, so it will get cancelled. Understood? So but covariance is what? Coming back, covariance is absolute measure. Definition is what? Absolute measure of the co-movement between the x and y, between the two variables, how they are moving. So in R, if R is positive, it means covariance is positive. When the covariance will be positive, when x and y has the same direction. So that R gets its sign from covariance. R gets its sign from where? From the covariance. Okay, so this is the formula. If you ask me what is the formula for standard deviation, so we know, correct? I'll explain covariance later. I'll give you some important points. Let me complete this first. Okay, here I can say probability. If you have, then how you will calculate? Summation of x minus expected value of x. If you remember my class, I said that expected value of x means what? E of x means what? X bar. But whenever you calculate the mean using the probability, you denote it by E of x. E of x is what? X multiplied by probability. Correct na? X multiplied by probability. Okay, going back, summation is equals to summation fx upon summation f. If you remember my class, frequency is equals to probability is equals to weights is equals to proportion. Frequency is equals to probability, probability is equals to proportion, and proportion is equals to weight, something like that. Means frequency can be substituted by probability. So when I put the probability, means p into x, and denominator will be summation p. If I change the formula according to the probability, the formula will change. Summation p is nothing but what? Summation p is nothing but 1. We know that. So the denominator goes off. So this is not called as x bar, but instead of x bar we call it expected value of x. Understood? Summation p into x, probability multiplied by x, and then the total. Okay, so coming back, summation of x minus x bar into y minus expected value of y. Understood? This is what the formula is, upon standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Okay, if you have x and y data, means x data is given, y data is given, then it is called bivariate. Then the formula for R is, rho is n into summation xy minus summation x into summation y upon under root n into the whole under root, actually n into summation x square minus summation x, okay, the whole square. So this will come in square bracket. Same way here, n into summation y square, okay, minus summation y the whole square. Understood? This is your denominator. Fine. So let me close this bracket. Understood? The formulas, if you might be feeling heavy, then you need to practice this. Anyways, they will not ask you the lengthy sums, but they can directly give you the inputs. Summation xy, n is this much, summation x is this much, summation x square is this much, summation x the whole square is this much, or summation x is this much, something like that. So you should know the formulas. Okay, we can't compromise at this level. So this is the formula. Now moving ahead, what is the formula for standard deviation? Standard deviation, if you remember, under root, last class we have done, okay, summation x square, one formula, summation x square upon n minus x bar the whole square, correct. What is the formula for standardization y? Under root summation y square upon n minus y bar the whole square. The beauty of all these formulas is that if you practice 5 to 10 sums, it will get into your system, okay, then there will be no problem, okay. Okay. So covariance, as I said, what is the range of the covariance? Range of covariance, covariance is co-movement, okay, between the two things x and y, how they are moving. Whether if x is going up, y is also going up, then covariance will be positive. If x is going down, y is going down, covariance will be positive because the direction is same. If one is going up, another is coming down, covariance will be minus. From covariance, R gets its sign. Remember, range, like R ka we have the range now -1 to +1. Same way, range of covariance will be, can be minus infinity to plus infinity. Anything between minus to plus infinity. Okay. So you will have to remember this. Fine. What is the formula for covariance? Covariance means co-movement. Covariance means what? Co-movement. Okay. So co-movement is equals to summation of x minus x bar into y minus y bar ka summation. Means x minus x bar you calculate, y minus y bar you calculate, take the summation upon take the average of it. Understood? Easy? Fine. So let's conclude this. This was all about Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient. Okay. This was scatter diagram. Here I spoke about Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient. These are all Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient. Okay. Done. Now I am going to the third one, that is Spearman's correlation coefficient. Okay. Spearman is actually easy. Okay. Wherever there is a qualitative characteristics. Okay. You have to see the link between the correlation between the qualitative characteristics. Beauty contest is there, the best example. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3 judges. 3 judges are there. So you want to see the judgment, okay, correlation between the judgment of the different judges. Okay. At that time you can use what? Spearman's correlation coefficient. We have sum also, if you have done in your module, I think there is a sum also. Okay. Correlation coefficient. Okay. So what is the formula? R, capital R we write generally, 1 minus 6, always it is 6, summation d square upon n into n square minus 1, right? Fine. So what is my d? D is nothing but difference between the rank. D is equals to difference between the rank. Okay, difference between rank. Okay, I'll close the bracket. So difference between the rank. Fine. N is what? Number of observations, that we know. Check. Done. If there is tie between the ranks, then there comes a correction factor. Okay. So then the formula becomes 1 minus 6 into summation d square, okay, plus correction factor is summation m cube minus m upon 12. Like this you will have to take the correction factor. We will see that in the sum, upon n into n square minus 1, same. Okay. This is what you have to do. Okay. Listen. Then after this is last part, that is coefficient of concurrent coefficient of concurrent deviation. What is the formula for this? RC is equals to plus minus under root, okay, modulus 2c minus n upon n modulus close. Understood? This is the formula where c is equals to number of pairs, okay, of concurrent deviation, understood? Deviation. So once we are done with this formula, let's move to the questions. Okay, let's see the exam questions. Obviously it will not get completed today, we will have to do one more session on this. Okay, and if required we will do the full length sum also, you can see that. Okay, now listen. Obviously whenever we do sums, exam questions, that too, okay, it's always an value add. Okay, So listen, if the plotted points is a scatter diagram are evenly distributed, then the correlation is, if they are evenly distributed, means what they are saying, you know, if it is something like this, evenly distributed over, there is no certain pattern, evenly distributed, then the correlation is 0. It's neither positive nor 0. Understood? Evenly distributed. They are not saying falling downward from left to right or going upward from left to right. They have not said that. It means it is 0. The covariance between two variables can be strictly positive, strictly negative, always 0. Either positive or 0. Correlation, co-movement. That correlation, covariance means what? Covariance means co-movement between the thing. And covariance can be either positive or negative. Understood? It can be either positive or negative, or it can be 0 also. If it is 0, that means R is also 0. R gets its value. What is the formula for R? Covariance upon x comma y. Standardization of x into standardization of y. Standardization of x and standardization of y will always be positive. Therefore, we squared it now in standardization formula. X minus x bar. Okay. Some things are positive, some things are negative. So, summation whenever you take, it happens what? 0. This is a property. So, to remove that negative part, you square it. So, all negatives also become what? Positive. And then you take the n average, and then you take the standard deviation. This is a formula of standard deviation. Standard deviation will always be positive, whether it is of x or y. That means R, if it can get the negative value, it will get from where? It will get from covariance. So covariance is the determinant of the sign. Okay. So R can be positive, negative or 0. That means covariance can be positive, negative or 0. So D is the answer. D is the answer. Yes. One more thing. Okay, we'll do it here itself. See, if you think now, if I ask you one question, let's say I gave this example in the class also. There is sometimes now there is a confusion with the student. Okay, x and y. Let's say this is height of father. Okay, obviously height of father will be x. Why? Because it is independent. We are assuming. Height of son, it is dependent. So height of son. So we got pair of father and son. Okay, and then we took the heights, we recorded the measures. Okay, and then I tried to calculate the R. I got the R 0.7. That means what it shows, this is positive. That means it shows the direction, it shows the correlation. The correlation is strong. If the height of the father is more, the height of the son is more. Is that clear? So it shows us the direction, but only it says strong or low. Understood? That much itself. It does not mean the 0.7, listen carefully, 0.7 does not mean that 70% of the height of the son is determined by height of the father. There are n number of factors. How much proportion of the height of the son is decided by father? R does not show you that. R just tells you what is the direction and how the relation is, strong or low. That's it. But sir, then if we want to know how much of the height of the son is dependent on father, it's easy. We do R square. R square, if you do 0.7 ka square will be 0.49. Understood? So 0.49 means 49% of the sun, height of the sun is dependent on father. Sir, what about 51%? 51% where he stays, geographical location, his mother and all those things. Understood? So therefore this is called coefficient of determination. Coefficient of determination. You understood why I explained this? Coefficient of determination. It is R square. Okay, so what is the formula for R square? Explained variance upon total variance. Explained variance upon total variance. That is one answer. But explained variance upon total variance is R square. When you do 1 minus unexplained variance upon total variance, it will also give you what? R square. Understood? Why I am saying that? 1 minute. If you have not understood, total variance, out of total variance I have explained variance. I have explained variance. Means what I have considered now here, what I have considered in the analysis is explained variance. What I have not considered, that 0.51, all those factors are what? Unexplained variance. So that is called as unexplained variance. Okay. So if my explained variance is let's say this is 50, this is 100, that means 50 upon 100 means 0.5. What I'll get? Yeah, 0 0.0 cancel 0.5. This is my r square. Correct now? Understood? Or to make it little bit more interesting, 60. So 60 upon 100 is how much? 0.6. 60 upon 100 is how much? 0.6. Obviously, if this is 60, unexpected should be 40. So 40 upon 100 is 0.4. So unexplained upon total variance. Unexplained upon total variance is nothing but, if I do 1 minus 0.4, that is 1 minus r square. Okay, 1 minus r square. This 1 minus r square, not r square. I'll get r square actually as an answer. 1 minus unexplained variance upon total variance. Unexplained variance upon total variance. That is what? This is also r square. So both the formulas are correct. Means explained means what? To make it easy, whatever you have considered in the analysis, that is explained. What is unexplained? Which you have not considered, the remaining. How I will get the explained variance? R ka square 0.49 is explained variance. Okay, explained variance of a proportion of explained variance upon total variance. So answer is what? C, both A and B. Understood? Okay, so both formulas are correct. 60 upon 100 will give me r square, but if I do unexplained upon total variance and then my 1 minus unexplained upon total variance will also give me what? R square, one and the same. In the method of concurrent deviation, only the direction of the change, that is positive or negative in the variable, are taken into account for the calculation of, okay, calculation of what? Calculation of coefficient of regression, they are saying. Is it correct? No. Concurrent deviation means how much is plus and how much is minus. We will do one sum, at that time you will understand. Okay, or let's do one sum. Okay, so let's do one sum so that the sum also gets revised. Anyways, the things are easy here. Okay, let me take one example. Okay, let's say there is year. Okay, there is year 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Then there is, let's say, price and there is demand. Okay, let's say the price is 25, 28, 30, 23, 35, 38, 39, 42, something like this. Okay, demand is 35. Okay, 34, 35, 30, 29, 28, 26, 23, something like this. Okay, so next step would be what? This will be the question. You'll have to calculate what? Concurrent deviation. Okay, concurrent deviation. So this is called method of concurrent deviation. Okay, so what I will do is I will check the sign change here. Okay, sign change. So what do you mean? What I mean by sign change is, if you see here now, in the first one put, I'll not put dash, otherwise it will be not applicable. Now if you check the direction change, okay, to make it easy, what I will do, you know, I will leave some space here. I'll shift this. Okay, so it becomes easy. Fine. Now demand. So sign change. See, this will be the question. Here will be given, price will be given, demand. Sign change. Here I will write not applicable. Here it has increased. So plus, from 25 it went to 28. Again it increased. So plus. It decreased. So minus. Increased. So plus. Increased. So plus. Increased. So plus. Increased. So plus. Understood? Demand also, I will take the sign change. Okay, I am not writing full. Okay, you have to understand. NA, here it decreased, -1. Sorry, not -1, only minus. Then it increased, so plus. Here it decreased, so minus. Here it decreased, so minus. Here it decreased, so minus. Decreased, minus. Decreased, minus. Now by the observation, now according to the observation, what I can see is, the more there is plus, more there is minus. Means the signs are opposite. That is what my observation is. Plus, minus, plus, plus. Only one time it is plus, plus. One time it is minus, minus. But whenever it is plus, this is minus. Okay, majority of the time it has a opposite sign. Okay, that means I think the R should be negative. That is what my conclusion is. Okay, like this you can conclude. But let's check. Now you will take the product of sign, product of deviation of the sign, product of deviation. So see, this is plus into minus is minus, plus into plus is plus, minus into minus plus, whatever you have done at the school level, that is what you are doing. Okay, 5th, 6th, 7th standard. Plus into minus, minus, plus into minus, minus, plus into minus, minus, plus into minus, minus. Understood? So how many observations I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have 8 observations. Okay, so number of paired deviation, this also sometimes questions ask, they, if total observations is 8, number of paired deviation means how many paired deviation signs you have. You will have one less, that is 7. If the number of data is 8, sometimes this question will come. Okay, see, it is the better thing of doing this long lengthy sums. Why? Everything now, whatever comes means whatever questions can be framed now, that will be clear from here. So number of paired deviation is 7. Now if you see here, how many positive signs are there? 2. So that is my concurrent deviation. How many positive signs you have to count? Here in this example there are 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, that is my C. What is my formula? RC is equals to plus minus under root modulus 2C minus N upon N. Understood? So plus minus under root 2C, 2 into C is my 2 minus N is my 7 upon N is 7. Okay, I will put modulus sign. So obviously my answer will be what? Is equals to plus minus under root 4 minus 7 is minus 3 by 7. So obviously if inside it is minus, outside you have to put what? Minus. So the final answer is minus under root 3 by 7. If inside it is minus, now outside you have to put minus. So ultimately, because there was a mod sign now, because therefore we took a mod sign, but it doesn't mean that always it will be positive. If inside is minus, outside you have to put minus. If inside it is positive, final answer will be positive. Understood? So take the 3 by 7 ka root. Okay, 3 by 7 ka root. I think you should get 0.65. You will get 0.65. So see, the answer is minus now. That is what I said. Majority of the time when this was positive, it was what? Negative. Therefore the final answer was negative. Means there is a negative correlation. Okay. So this is the sum. Let's now go into the question. So we spent 5-10 minutes, but it will be easy. In the method of concurrent deviation, only the direction of positive or negative in the variable are taken into account in the calculation of what we ultimately calculate. RC. RC is what? Coefficient of correlation. We can't get coefficient of standard deviation. There is nothing called as coefficient of standard deviation. Coefficient of standard deviation is known as coefficient of variance. Coefficient of regression is also not there. Coefficient of correlation. Okay. Correlation coefficient is dash of the unit of measurement, is the independent of the units of measurement. R does not have any units. It is not in centimeter. It is not in kgs. Okay, it's independent. Okay. Next, it's independent. It's not dependent. In case of speed of an automobile and the distance required to stop the car after applying the brakes, correlation is what? Correlation is speed of an automobile and the distance required to stop the car after applying the brakes. The correlation is positive. Understood? In case the speed of an automobile speed they are asking, distance required to stop the car after applying the brake. Okay, to understand this question, after applying the brakes, the relation between speed of an automobile, after applying the brakes, the speed will come down, the distance will also go down. Understood? So it has what? Positive correlation. The direction is same. Once I apply the brake, the speed will come down, the distance covered will also come down, because car will come to an halt now. The relationship between R square is equal to, they are telling us that 500 upon 300, but this is R square is equal to unexplained upon total variance now. Total variance is total of explained and this thing. Okay, is not possible. Okay, true or false? It's not possible. Correct? Yes, it's not possible. Why it's not possible? First thing, by observation only I can say denominator can't be less, because it's total variance now, explained plus unexplained. So that can't be less. First thing. And anyways, if you try to calculate this now, if you try to calculate, it is what? 1 minus 500. So R square is equals to 300 minus 200 upon 300. That is 2 by 3, means R square is equals to 2 by 3 means minus 0.67. R you can't have minus 0.67 ka root na, imaginary number, minus is there. Okay, so it is not possible. Okay, they are saying it is not possible. That means it is true. Don't mark false. Please be careful. Not possible means what they are saying, it is not possible. Right, they are right. It is true. Rank correlation coefficient lies between what? Between -1 as well as +1. All these four methods, now whether it's concurrent method of concurrent deviation, scatter diagram, to just show it is also has a range between -1 and +1. Okay, both inclusive. Even the Karl-Pearson correlation coefficient, Spearman's correlation coefficient, everything, the R will be between -1 to +1 inclusive of this value. Inclusive means R can be -1 as well as +1. The two line of the regression intersect. Okay, this we have not done, but still whenever if you have the two regression means two lines, wherever they intersect, it is what? Common maths. It is mean. It is always mean. Means 5x plus 2y is equals to 6. This is equation of this line. 3x plus 5y is equals to 8. This is equation of this line. If you simultaneously solve this and whatever the value you get, that is the intersection point, and that is known as mean. Okay, maths part. If the regression of the two lines is this, okay, I'm not going into this. Regression we will do later. Okay, I think 88 we can do. Okay, 88 what they are saying, say listen, understand carefully. Now, if the two regression lines are 3x is equals to y and 8y is equals to 6x, understood? So what I can do is 3x is equals to y, means I can say this as y on x. So my by on x is equals to 3. Okay, if let's say, then this I will take x on y. So it is 6x is equals to 8y. I want x independent. So x is equals to 8 by 6y. Understood? This is your b x on y. So r ka formula is under root by on x into b x on y. So check the answer. Under root 3 multiplied by 8 by 6. 3 ones are 2s are. Okay, 2 ones are 4. Root of 4 is 2. But r can't be 2, no? R to can't be 2. It means your assumption has went wrong. So what I said in this, the trick is that just take the reciprocal of the final answer. Your assumption went wrong means whatever you have taken y on x is x on y, and whatever you have taken x on y is what? Y on x, and therefore you can't get this, right? So what you should do, if you have calculated, if r comes out of the range beyond -1 and +1, you should reciprocal it. Reciprocal of what 2 is 0.5, but whether it is 0.5 or whether it is -0.5, because this was positive as well as this was positive, the answer r will also be positive. If you remember, by on x, bx on y as well as r will have the same sign. Understood? If by on x and bx on y is minus, then r will also be minus. Okay, so this is positive, not -0.5. okay. Regression coefficient bx on y is independent of what? Is independent of origin, but it gets affected by what? Scale. But it gets affected by scale. So it is independent of origin. You remember I made mistake here while writing. There was a mistake in the flow. Okay, it gets affected by origin but does not get affected by scale. Correlation coefficient does not get affected by origin, neither by origin nor by scale. Neither by origin nor by scale. R does not get affected by origin or scale, but bx on y gets affected by scale. Same as dispersion, measures of dispersion. Okay, this we will do later. All this a regression coefficient. Okay, this is also by on x. Regression I have not done, so I am not doing it. Okay, see. Okay, next question, 92. Okay, in 92, see, if you see now, this is negative, here the same number is positive. Understood? So it is evenly distributed. It is what? Evenly distributed, right? Here also there is mistake. This is minus, this is minus. Okay, it is evenly distributed. Is it clear? Therefore, the Karl-Pearson, when it is evenly distributed, the Karl-Pearson correlation is 0. Karl-Pearson correlation coefficient is 0. Understood? No need to calculate, because what? Equally distributed. Understood? So when you try to calculate x minus x bar, okay, ultimately it will be x minus x bar will be 0. Understood? And y minus y bar will be 0. So when you try to multiply x minus x bar into y minus y bar, okay, y minus y bar, upon n means you are trying to calculate what? Covariance. The covariance will be 0 and ultimately r will be 0. You can, if you want, you can try this. Okay, you calculate x bar, you calculate x minus x bar, you calculate y bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar, y minus y bar, multiply, take the total, answer would be 0. But provided the question was wrong, here it should be minus. There is a correction, there is minus. Okay, so answer is 0. Find the probable error. We have not done this, we will do it in the end. Okay, it's very easy, one formula, but still. Okay, so this one, given the following series, x and y is given. Okay, the rank correlation coefficient is equals to, so it is, I think this is easy. Okay, so how we will do it? Listen, let's give a try. Okay, so if I want to solve this question now, what I will do is I will apply the formula and let us try one. Okay, let us try one question with help of, that is, rank correlation coefficient. Let us try it. So the question what is given in the book is x and y is given. Okay, x is 10, 13, 12, 15, 8, 15. Y is 12, 16, 18, 16, 7, 18. Understood? So I will give rank of x is, the highest one will be 1. Okay, so the highest is 15, 15. So there is a tie. Understood? So what I will do? I will take average. There is a tie. So I will take average. It is 2 times. So 1 and 2 ka average is 1.5, 1.5. Please understand, this is the highest. Correct? So highest gets the, 2 are the highest. So 1 and 2 will be distributed between 15, 15. 1 plus 2, the average of 1 plus 2 is, 1 and 2 is 1.5. So 1.5, 1.5. Next ranking will not be 2. Next ranking will be 3. So 3. Okay, after that 4. After that 5. After that 6. So one rank is repeated. One number has a rank that is repeated. Correct? 15 is repeated. Same way I will give ry. So highest rank where it is 18. So again 1.5, 1.5, 2 times 16. Now I will not give 2. The next rank will be 3. But if you see here, 16 and 16 has come twice. So 3 and 4 ka average is what? 3.5, 3.5. See, they are making, unnecessarily they are making it difficult. Actually they don't want us to solve. Okay, they just want us to give them the formula. So I'll teach you how to give the formula, but still 3.5 I have given. So 3 and 4 ka average it was. So 4, next rank will not be 4, it will be 5. What is the next lowest number after 16? After 16 it is 12. So I will give 5 here and I'll give 6 here. Okay, so done. Next is difference. Difference between the rank is 0, 0.5. Okay, 2.5, 2, 0, 0. So d square is how much? 0, 0.25, 0.5 into equals to 2.5 ka square will be 6.25, 2 ka square is 4. So the total, this is 0 anyway, 0. So answer I get is, total is 10.5, 10.5. So generally what happens, the formula is what you know, m is number of correction factors, means here see 15 is there. Okay, 15 is repeated twice. So 15 is repeated twice. So m is equals to 2. Okay, 15 is repeated 2 times. So it has got tied 2 times. So my m will be 2. Again here, so how I will calculate? Listen, the correction factor is m cube minus m, right now, m cube minus m upon 12. Okay, m cube minus m upon 12. M cube minus m is 2, 2 ka cube minus 2 upon 12. Okay, so it is 8 minus 2, 6, 6 upon 12 is 0.5. But in the next data, next data also I think 2 times this 60, this something has got repeated. That is, no, this is of this here 2 times it has got repeated. See here, and here also 2 times. Means 2 numbers in y, 2 numbers have got repeated 2 times. Again the m is 2. Okay, what has got repeated? 16 and here 18. So for 16 also, 16 got repeated 2 times. So m is 2. Again the calculation will be same, 0.5. Okay, again it got repeated, 18 is repeated twice in y, so the correction factor will be 0.5. So there is no again and again, you don't want to do this, okay, not required, so it is 0.5. So generally what I do it like this: 1 minus, this was the formula, 6 summation d square, okay, plus your correction factor. I solve this correction factor separately, upon, okay, this divided by n into n square minus 1. So 1 minus 6 into summation d square, what I got, summation d square 10.5. So 10.5 plus my correction factor is 1.5, that is total of all this 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, correct. I again repeat, 15 repeated 2 times, so my m is 2, then you have to apply the formula m cube minus m upon 12, so I got 0.5. 16 is repeated 2, if 16 is repeated thrice, then my m becomes 3, so it will not be 0.5, you will have to calculate that. M cube means 3 cube minus 3 upon 12 if it is thrice, understood? So like that. So 1.5 I got, upon n is how much, number of data, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 data is there, so 6 into 6 square minus 1, so is equals to, let me calculate it on calculator, 1 minus 10.5 plus 1.5 give me 12, 12 into 6, 72, upon 6 ka square is 36, 36 minus 1 is 35, okay, into 6. Anyway 6 will also get cancelled, okay, here 6 will also get cancelled, so here I am getting 12 upon 35, 12 divided by 35 minus 1, answer is 0.65, answer is 0.65, so that is my R, understood? This is how we will calculate. So we have done one sum based on correction factor, okay. So what they were asking, see the formula. So here what happens, the formula we will have to correct, no? Means we will have to check what is the formula. See this, one minus 6 summation d square is fine, plus summation square upon m into m square minus 1 upon 12, this is also correct, understood? So I think this one is also correct. What is wrong? In denominator n into n square minus 1, understood? Minus n square minus 1, this all things are not clear. N into n square minus 1, n into n square minus 1, n into n square minus 1. I think A is the answer, okay. What is the answer? A is the correct answer. In B na, this 6 is somewhere here, this to pakka is not the answer, it is not like that, this is also not the answer, understood? Because this should be divided by the whole, na, means till here, and here also it should be divided by this, the whole, this should be divided, this is the denominator for all the things, okay. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is also wrong, A is the answer, okay. A is correct, means 1 minus 6 summation d square, this is the original formula, upon n into n square minus 1. What I add is, I add the correction factor, I add the correction factor here, okay. So that correction factor formula is this, correction factor formula is this, okay. So that should be the appropriate answer which I can understand. Here I don't know what is there, okay. Something is missing, 1 minus they have did, but 6 is somewhere above. Okay, there is, right, B is the answer. Why? I'll tell you, this is not here, wait, 6 is common for both na, this, so here there is a bracket, 6 into this, you have to add the correction factor to the summation d square, that is what we did, printing mistake it is. See, 6 is common for both, 6 is common for both, okay, 6 is common for both, so here what happened, this 6 it is not here, it is here somewhere, understood? It is here somewhere, 6, so therefore the answer is what? B, 6 is common, okay. Summation d square plus correction factor upon n into n square minus 1, outside it is multiplied by 6, okay. So B is the answer, 94, okay. Anyways, shall we do this? Yes, this is very easy, okay. 1 minus 6 into summation d square, Spearman's correlation coefficient, upon n into n square minus 1. So 1 minus 6 into summation d square is 30, 10 into 10 square minus 1. So answer is 1 minus 180 upon 100 minus 1 is 99, 99 into 10 is 990, okay. Please calculate, 180 divided by 990 and then minus 1. So answer I am getting is 0.818, that is 82. A is the option. Okay, A is the option. We'll stop here. We'll continue this next time. Okay, I have taken purposely, I have taken more questions here. Why I have taken more questions? So that even you can try this at your level. Okay, I have taken more questions of correlation coefficient so that we have a good practice. Okay, fine. Thank you.